This is WOCA, News Talk 1370.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. It's really beautiful here, but I don't know that I'm going to make Dan jealous because he is up someplace really beautiful. He is in North Carolina right now. He is at the Grove Park Inn Resort in, what is that? What is it? Asheville?
Asheville.
And he's with Tracey, Johnston-Crum, and we're looking forward to hearing about this. I've been looking at photos all morning long of this place, and if you're watching the streaming video with Carol Ann, I will do my best to slip some photos in there. Hey, Dan. You there?
Can you hear me?
There you go. Now I hear you.
Okay.
Now I hear you.
It does help when you turn the mics up, you know.
It does. Well, you got your morning. You got the morning voice. How late did you sleep this morning?
What time is it?
9:30.
Oh, okay. No, I got up early this morning. Had to get here, make sure everything was set up.
How's the weather?
It is absolutely gorgeous. You couldn't ask for a better day. The storm came in, and I think that just blew everything out of our way, so that when we got here, it was just absolutely beautiful. We woke up this morning, looked out the balcony window to a beautiful, misty, fog-covered mountain view.
Gorgeous.
As beautiful as it looks inside that resort from the pictures I've seen, I think I wouldn't be able to keep my eyes off of that window. I would be looking at that scene all the time.
Well, there's so much to do here. This is such a historic place. And Tracey, you're actually a historian for the hotel.
I am. I actually absolutely love this property. I love the mountains that we're in. We're actually sitting on Sunset Mountain. So the entire reason that E.W. Grove bought this particular mountain is that view you talked about already.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. All right, Larry, guess how old the Grove Park Inn is?
103.
He's done his research.
Yeah, he's cheating.
No, I just guessed. Is it really 103?
It is.
I swear to God, I just guessed. I was going to say 83, then I jumped to 103. Oh, wow.
Yep.
I'm psychic.
1913, right? Yep.
Well, you are absolutely correct. We turned 103 on July 12th of this year.
Wow. That's great.
Ask me another question. See how psychic I can
See if you can get another one.
What did I have for dinner last night, Larry?
You had pork loin.
Nah, nice try.
Steak.
Have you got?
I'm not even going to tell you. Never mind.
Was a good try, though. A good try.
Have you gone swimming yet? There's a lot of swimming pools there, it looks like.
There are. The ladies want to go to the spa, of course, and the spa has a whole different type of swimming, and they're saying it's not the same. I don't know. It's just Tracey?
It's absolutely not the same. We do have an indoor pool and we do have an outdoor pool here. However, we also have 15 water features within our subterranean world-class spa. Wow. That is a $50 million spa. It is unlike anything you have ever seen. It is a giant cavern. There are stones above your head. You kind of slip into a grotto.
Wow.
Now, and when you go swimming there, if you go in our lap pool in our spa and you put your head under the water, we actually have a special system so that you're actually hearing music under the water.
Really?
Oh, that's cool.
What's on the playlist?
Well, fortunately, it is that
kind of short songs.
Yeah, not short songs. It's a very relaxing spa-themed music.
Okay, because I can't hold my breath as long as I used to be able to anymore.
Yeah, we're looking at pictures. Is there a full-time horticulturist, somebody working on the plants? Because I see plants in every photograph. I mean the indoor plants, the potted plants, the hanging plants.
Oh, gosh. Well, actually, they all fall under Chris Tierney, who is our superintendent of golf, and we have different... I would unfortunately not a horticulturalist, but we do have different experts that come in and help us with different things, and then our job is to keep them up.
Just to do the maintenance.
Oh, wow.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So that's an all year long thing, right? That never stops.
Absolutely. I mean, the beauty of the mountains is constant. And what we can do outside is one thing, but what we're able to do inside is another. For instance, up in the Palm Court, which is the center sitting room for the main inn, originally we had 150 sleeping rooms. Now we have 513. A little different there.
Just like that.
But it is an atrium lobby in that upper Palm Court area. So we do actually have palm fronds at all times.
Wow.
Because it's beautiful atrium, so we have that light, and we're able to utilize that.
Wow, is that unusual, Carolyn, to be able to have palms like that?
In a mountainous region, yes, that would be unusual. But that's, like I said, indoors in an atrium, yeah, why not? Yeah.
Well, Larry, did you get to see the pictures of the lobby itself and the fireplaces?
I have, and I was trying to put them on the streaming thing, but it's not compatible or something. So,
well, that's okay. We're going to load the Facebook page up, so anybody that wants to see the more pictures and details, we're going to get a lot of detailed pictures, because again, they have just taken such pride and joy in the details in this place. It is amazing. And I watched a small video last night in one of the, I don't even know where we were, but there was a place where you can sit down and just watch a video on the history of the Grove Park. And they have some of the original chairs and the original fixtures from 1913.
Absolutely. Wow. I mean, we have the nation's largest public collection of arts and crafts. So when you come here, they're not necessarily on display, even though we do have a few of them on display. But if you're in the main inn, you actually have antiques that have been there for 103 years that are in your room. The arts and crafts movement did not mean to create furniture that was an art form in a certain way. They wanted it to be usable furniture.
Yeah, really.
They only used oak, they used a little bit of glass, they used copper, they used steel. This was furniture of the time that was not overdone. It was very simple and classic, and I actually love arts and crafts. Yeah. I even live in a 102-year-old arts and crafts bungalow here in Asheville, North Carolina. So I have a deep affinity for what we offer here.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's great.
The lights that are in the main lobby, the main lights, are those the originals?
Halfway.
Halfway?
Initially, the Roycroft artisans from East Aurora, New York, provided all of the furnishings and lighting fixtures here. And the bases, the copper bases, are indeed original.
Wow.
However, E.W. Grove, this was a place of respite, and he created it for city dwellers to come here, leave their cares behind, and recenter themselves here in Asheville, in the mountains, and kind of rediscover who they were. So there was no overexcitement, shall we say, provided. And so those lights are a big part of that, because there was no direct lighting here. If you notice in the Great Hall, there are concave ceilings, and those were painted a very bright white. Those copper bases had little kettles underneath them. The light was created inside the kettle, reflected onto the ceiling, and then reflected back on to the patrons. So it was a very nice, subdued, soft light.
Nice, subtle.
Wow. How many weddings do you have there a year?
I honestly have no idea what the number is, but I'm going to tell you that we have at least one wedding every weekend, sometimes two.
Wow.
So average that to
Between
around
52 and 104.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this weekend we had three. Because it's a gorgeous place to be. When you've got the mountains as a backdrop, it's really hard to argue. Those wedding pictures will speak for the rest of your time together. I mean, it's a pretty crazy place to have this backdrop that, you can't really set that up. It either is or it is not.
Looks like a honeymoon destination as well. I mean,
definitely.
Do some people get married and then just stay there for their honeymoon?
We do. What we actually see more often, though, is people who come here, get married, and then return to us on their anniversaries.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, wow.
And it's a great place. You get to come here. So those fireplaces that Dan was talking about. Now, let me tell you, first off, he would have been kicked out first and foremost, because like I mentioned, there was respite. In that great hall, which is our lobby, you could not speak above a hushed whisper.
Oh, no.
He would have been booted immediately. If you were above that hushed whisper, they would present you with a little tray and a little card that asked you to keep your voice down. Yeah, Dan's out immediately.
Yeah, I'm out right away.
Does Dan know how to be quiet?
Oh,
I'm not sure. Yeah.
It is a difficult prospect, I can guarantee that.
But then we've got those beautiful 36-foot wide fireplaces. They are, they're astounding. Now, but they're also listed in Ripley's Believe It or Not. Both of them have encased in them a 3-sided elevator that takes you up to the main inn. And it actually climbs the chimney to ascend and descend into the main inn. Wow. And I'd like to tell you that Grove was forward enough thinking that he knew that would be unusual. But sadly, it was really just to hide the noise of the machinery. Again, you couldn't speak loudly. The elevators had to be muted. You were not allowed to drop your shoes on the floor. And you were not allowed to run the water after 10 p.m. because they didn't want the pipes to cling together. They were serious.
Oh, wow. Could you imagine trying to do that today?
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Wow. Well, we were in, believe it or not, even the parking garage we noticed is sprayed with an insulation type of material of cement. It's quiet. You know how you go into a parking garage and it's noisy and echoey and just everywhere?
Echoes,
sure, yeah.
Not here. We were, it's a little thing, but it's just crazy. We walked in, we shut the door. Well, where's the echo? What's going on here?
Wow.
And it was a nice, quiet atmosphere, even in the garage.
Well, that's we honor our history and where we've come from, and we still want to provide you that same respite that Grove wanted to provide his guests back in 1913. So this is still very much part of what we do. Now, we also honor our history, and we have just done this beautiful $25 million renovation and refurbishment, but at the same time, we used handcrafted wood. We have this wonderful guy, Rob Kleber. He is Earth and Home. He does all of our woodworking. He's a master woodworker. So he's still doing it in the arts and crafts style, but we're having things recreated. For instance, there used to be these great phone banks where you could put payphones in. Remember those features?
Yeah.
That no one uses any longer? Well, we pulled those out. We put a few house phones there. We had Rob reconstruct it and keep it the arts and crafts style using oak, making sure it all had the same clean lines, but there are charging stations there now. It makes sense. So we want to honor our heritage, but we still want to serve our modern clientele.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Dan, we're up against a break. We'll take a little break and be right back. This is
All right, sounds good.
WOCA.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Tuesday, partly sunny skies with a high of 86 to 90. It'll be mainly clear Tuesday night with a low of 68 in some inland spots, 76 at the coast. Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, high 87 to 91. Thursday, partly sunny with a thunderstorm or two in the area, the high 87 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9 a.m., Bern Paraiso will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hill Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We'll discuss screening, techniques, and more. So tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
FlySanford.com, Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better.
Visiting friends and family or just looking for some fun? Book your vacation now to one of their non-stop destinations, including Amsterdam, Brussels, Mexico City, San Juan, as well as over 70 domestic destinations, including New Orleans.
For enjoyable travel, come to Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better. Before you fly, FlySanford.com.
All right, 12 minutes before 10 o'clock. You're listening to In the Garden with Carol Ann Baldwin. And today the garden is actually in North Carolina. And like the garden is the entire mountainous area up there.
Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous.
Dan Martone is up there with Tracey, Johnston-Crum. And they're making us all jealous. We want to go up there. We want to be there, Dan.
All right, maybe next time. No, not really. Okay, so moving on.
Well, from our side, the doors are open. You can let me know.
There you go.
Oh, I see how it is. Now, I got a text a few moments ago. We're talking about what to do here at the Grove Park, and one of the biggest, most delightful things to do, and we've done this before in the past, is come in for the gingerbread. Larry's going, what?
Yeah, gingerbread here is not like your typical four walls and a little roof gingerbread. This will be our 24th annual National Gingerbread House Competition. We bring anywhere from 150 to 200 entries, and these entries are anywhere from child, youth, teen, and adult. We break them down in 4 different categories. They are edible masterpieces. We have people who spend 500 hours, working hours, on each of these entries. They are mind-blowing.
I'm doing math with my fingers and toes because that's a lot of time.
We have people who started back in July who've been working on their houses, and they'll bring them to us in November. The competition this year is in November. It's November 21st, and then we'll begin our public display on the 27th. However, that's after Thanksgiving, but if your listeners want to come and visit us, they would get the sneak peek on gingerbread this year because we're not opening up to the public to the 27th, and of course, Thanksgiving's a few days before that, so they will be out on display, but not open to the public until the 27th.
Wow. So if you're staying here, you get a sneak peek.
That is correct. Why not offer our guests an exclusive?
That is a good idea, and they are gorgeous, Larry. If you guys get the chance to look up pictures, and I'll post some on Facebook and some of the videos and stuff from our stay here, but they don't. I can't express how intricate these creations are. Now, I know one of the rules says it has to look like gingerbread still, and some of them go a little too far, and it disappears with the gingerbread, and so they get a little disqualified. I saw some of that.
Well, that's
really?
True. That is true. It has to be 75% gingerbread, and we've had to drill into them before. We've taken a Dremel tool and gone into several of them. We have to verify whether or not they're gingerbread. We had a beautiful tea set this last year that was disqualified because there was simply not enough gingerbread in the piece to qualify it as a gingerbread entry. Now, at the same time, everything in that piece has to be edible. So if there's like a sucker and you're trying to put, there's a stick in that sucker, that has to come out or it's disqualified. You want to use a candy necklace, the string has to come out or you get disqualified.
Oh, my.
Wow.
It's very intense. This competition is very intense. We have competitors that have been coming for years. We've had a lot of folks come in from Florida. Actually, we have 3 ladies that come in from Tampa. And they've come in every year that I know of for the last 10 years.
Wow.
This is their pilgrimage that they do every year. They each make an entry, and they drive them here from Tampa.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. We have generations that come back. We have mothers, grandmothers, and their kids participate. And again, these are all in different categories. So everybody's judged on their own level.
Oh, I
but
see.
we have nationally renowned judges that come in here. Our head judge happens to be Nicholas Lodge, and he has a pastry school in Atlanta. But Nicholas is probably best known for, he's the gentleman who made Princess Diana's wedding cake.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
So we bring in the big guns. They don't let me do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have that responsibility. Also, I know so many of these competitors that I would feel, I'm way too personally involved to be objective.
So you can't judge them?
No, absolutely not. We have
you would just say,
wonderful
winner. 10 first-place winners.
Yeah, and the grumpy woman I didn't like who was hateful, she's disqualified. The people who've been coming for years, they immediately win. So, yes, that's why Tracey does not get to do that.
Who can be grumpy here?
You know what? When it comes to the gingerbread competition, people are very adamant. Again, because like I said, they've put 500 hours of actual work into these masterpieces.
People are very competitive. And I'm looking at the pictures of the 2015, winners, and it's like, wow, that's gingerbread. I
know,
can
so
see
they look
where
like something out of Harry Potter. I mean, it's just incredible.
They're sculptures. I mean, they genuinely are sculptures.
And the Christmas decorations, that's just part of it. The gingerbread, when you come here for Christmas, it is just so gorgeous. The trees are taller than the trees outside. I mean, they still put them inside because you have such a tall roof. It's incredible.
It works really well for us. We have become a destination for the holidays. Most hotels empty out on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We sell out. It's absolutely wonderful. People will come here, and they've been coming for generations to celebrate their holidays here with us. So they're part of our family.
Well, speaking about selling out, this was obviously a very busy weekend.
It was indeed.
Being Labor Day. When do the leaves start changing, and when is the next time to start booking?
Well, I'll tell you that we are never sure about the leaves. We have a window of opportunity for when they start turning because we're waiting on, we've had a good amount of water the second half of the summer, but it was very dry the first half of the summer, so that's if we get enough water, they have brighter colors, and then it'll be the first frost. That'll be the trigger. So we'll see. This morning we woke up to 58 degrees. It was perfect as far as I was concerned. You needed a sweater, but by the time I got to work, I was able to take that sweater off. I was like, oh, yeah, this is what I need.
We need jackets. We're from Florida, so we're parkas. 58 degrees, we're expecting the snow and the ice to just come crashing down.
Well, the good thing is here, we don't ever get that much snow and ice. We usually get a nice dusting. And so it's very beautiful, but not dangerous. We spend a lot of the winter looking like we are inside of one of those shaken snowballs, and so it's really ridiculous. I'm like, there are days that I look out the window and I'm like, really? Is this where I work? Are you sure? It's kind of ridiculous. I admit that freely, but it's almost ideal. Yeah. But now back to the leaves. Leaves will start to change middle of October to the 1st of November, and that's the start. They'll go all the way through November. So we'll still have leaves on the trees toward the third week, and so for Thanksgiving here, you've got just paintbrushes that have been turned upside down into the mountains. It's so much color. It's so bright. It's one of my favorite things and favorite times to be here. In fact, we've got a package right now. Gingerbread, we have a package too, but my new favorite package is America's Favorite Drive. So you come here, and we can get you directly to the Blue Ridge Parkway, and we give you a book with your package that takes you along the Blue Ridge Parkway, and the book gives you little details and little secrets about the parkway. So we worked with the parkway in order to create this package so that folks who are not familiar with this area have they've got all the secrets. They're not waiting on a local like me to tell them. They've got the book right there in their hands, and they're in control of their own vacation.
Nice. Very nice. When you drive up here, it is just so very luxurious and well taken care of. we talked about other vacation options before, as of yesterday, Larry, and that's kind of a do-it-yourself, pick-your-own-adventure type of thing. Here, you can just let everybody take care of you. You walk in, and they're right away. We just drove up. They had no idea who we were, what we were doing, but we drove right up, and can we get your bag, sir? Can we help you out here? Let's get you in, get you registered. There wasn't a long line. People were so friendly, and then when you walk in, it just felt like walking back in time. We were talking about the music on the break, and they have the music just piped in, just a nice little medley of tunes that just make you feel like you walked back into the Gatsby's. Yeah, it's just a great walking back in time moment.
Well, we want it to feel welcoming, too. We want you to be familiar with the music that you hear. A lot of it we use is the Gershwin Songbook, and it's stuff that's very familiar to everyone, whether you know the words or not. It's that little bit of recognition, so it automatically sets you at ease. But we do Southern hospitality here. That's who we are. We are Southern. We are very proud of that, and we welcome everyone. It is a interesting world we live in. I was raised in a very Southern family, and we hug. So I try not to hug people when they come in because that seems wrong.
Did Dan get a hug?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Larry's a hugger. Larry's a big hugger. So.
Larry, I'm sending you a mental hug right now, just so you know.
Oh, I'm on. I got that mental hug, Caroline.
Yeah, look there.
Well, I want you guys to come and visit. Now, when you come up here, you not only can you hang out in that $50 million spa, you can take a hike up the Sunset Mountain Trail. We want you to experience the mountains the way they're made for you to be experienced. We want you to hike back in there. But we've got, of course, all the pools for you. We've got recreation rooms for the kids over by the sports complex, great workout area. I spend some time there. I'm trying to do some weightlifting. What happens? You got to do it at least once a week, folks. Maybe twice, but I'm doing it at least once.
Did Dan do the weightlifting yet? Did Dan do it?
Of course, yeah. I was there all night. Oh, man. I had a rough time getting up this morning. I had so many weightlifting pizza pieces.
Yeah. And we've got plenty of house-made pizza for you. We also have 4 signature restaurants here, and you talked about that mountain view. Mm-hmm. All 4 of our signature restaurants have that panoramic mountain view.
Oh, they really do.
That really is what sets us apart. Each of those restaurants has their own chef, because we can't be chef-owned, but we can be chef-driven. So each one has their own unique cuisine and is really driven by the individual chef that leads that restaurant. So for us, it's a great way to stay relevant in our market. Asheville, North Carolina has been known now for a couple of years with this culinary culture. We're really a mover and a shaker in the food world, and I like to eat. So for me, this just serves me as well as our guests.
Well, now let's talk about the guest for a quick second, because you and I have been in the acting and the actress field for a while, and there have been some big names staying here at the Grove Park.
Absolutely. Now, I can only tell you about the ones that are on the walls because they've given us authority to do so. Mm-hmm. We have lots of folks that come through, but we do respect their privacy. When we have those A-listers arrive, we respect their privacy, and it's amazing how many people we'll leave them alone here. They have that opportunity to smile, they shake a few hands, they sign a few autographs, but most people leave them alone. Our most recent, of course, was Jennifer Lopez. She came here, her boyfriend was shooting the remake of Dirty Dancing. And so she came here with her twins, and she's very kind and actually really lovely, but my favorite thing about her, and I have to admit this was something that I saw, was, she's an A-lister. She's always watching her figure. She is in the marketplace, which is our retail area. We have this beautiful Pink Pig area, which has all these great pastries and ice creams and things. It's ridiculous. Because we have an in-house pastry shop. That's what you should do, right?
We walked by it.
You only walked by it?
Well, yeah, it was closed, so it was. The whole comment was, we're walking back there as soon as it opens.
Okay, good, we can do that. Well, Jennifer was in there with her son, and he reached up with this giant spoonful of ice cream, and you would expect her to take like a little nibble and be like, oh, that's sweet. No, I was so proud of her. She took that whole bite, and I was like, you are a mother first. You are my people. Okay, thank you so much. But she earned my respect greatly that day, but we've got all kinds of folks here. The Afit brothers spend a lot of time with us. They're from this area, so they spend a lot of time with us. And then we also have some folks that have been here during movie shoots, like Daniel Day-Lewis, James Franco. You've got a lot of folks that spend a lot of time here during movies being shot here. For instance, a little Katniss Everdeen happened here. Little Jennifer Lawrence happened here. She didn't actually stay with us, but she did come up and dine with us several times.
Oh, very nice.
Exciting. Dan, we got about a minute left. Do you want to give us websites and maybe other information?
Sure, it's Omni Hotels /Grove Park. Take a look at Omni Hotels. They're our parent company. We have several hotels in the continental U.S., but I got to tell you, one of the things I love about them is that they love and treasure their historic properties. They have no intention of changing us. In fact, they've invested more in this property in the last 3 years that they've been with us than anyone before us. So again, that's Omni Hotels /Grove Park. Come and visit us. Enjoy the mountains. You can book right there online. It'll show you pictures of that ridiculously gorgeous spa. And of course, we'll tell you all about. Yeah, it should be ridiculously gorgeous and very relaxing. And we'll tell you all about Asheville too. We'll tell you about the things going on in town. So not only can you spend some time with us, but you'll get to know our town as well.
Sounds great.
Very good. Tracey, thank you so much for being on the air. Dan, thank you for calling in and sharing this with us. We will make sure we post this video so people will be able to not only hear this, but let's look at some of the photos that we posted. And of course, Carol Ann, thank you for doing this with us
Enjoyed
today.
it.
Thank you, guys.
And you need to come and visit us, Carol Ann, because we'll need your horticultural experience.
All righty.
Yes.
To try to do that.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, guys. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Donald Trump has edged ahead of Hillary Clinton in the presidential race, at least according to a new CNN ORC poll, which shows Trump leading 45 to 43%. Clinton in Florida today, a day after taking